My nickname is Tiz, but my name is Andrea Tyrrell. So I've been working with Arief Hunter at ZAR for 21 weeks now, and we're moving into a competition on Saturday. I train out of my garage at home and then come in to see Arief for sessions at ZAR. I've been powerlifting for 2.5 years, so reasonably new to the sport. Prior to that, I was doing CrossFit for 7 years, which I think set me up really well to specialise in powerlifting. My favourite things in CrossFit was squat and bench. So one day I decided if I like squat and bench the most, why don't I just do powerlifting? So in terms of competitions, I have done, I believe this is my 4th. I have had a little bit of a break for almost a year now. My last competition was about April last year. I did a bench only comp. I was meant to compete at the end of last year, however, I had a change in career, so wasn't really prepared for a powerlifting comp after I completed my training. My occupation, I'm a firefighter. I spent 12 years full-time army and basically got to a point where I needed a little bit more of a physical and mental challenge, so I joined Queensland Fire and Emergency Services as an operational firefighter, and powerlifting has really assisted with transitioning to be a firefighter. Because as a pretty small statured female, I need to be very, very strong in order to keep up with the guys and also be able to effectively do my job. So powerlifting has really helped with that. Lessons that I have learned so far from competing in powerlifting is the biggest one, belief in yourself, and that is a constant work in progress. I will have times where I doubt myself so much, and it is taking that step back, and whether it's reading a book, listening to a podcast, exposing yourself to something positive to get that positive mindset going. The other thing that's very, very helpful is having a coach who completely believes in you. And for example, if I send Arief a video and I'm a bit doubtful on something or lacking confidence, he will usually point out the positives, and we'll have a look at the reasons behind why I'm feeling a little bit of self-doubt. But yeah, the biggest thing is constantly working on believing in yourself. I found out about Arief at ZAR through a mutual friend who I was training with. And yeah, basically just hit him up and came in and had a session, and yeah, everything worked really well. And one of the great things about Arief is the network that he has at ZAR, and he's been able to put me in contact with people who've been able to help me in other areas. Some injuries that I've got, he's got contacts that are a physio, and we're also going to start Pilates in the near future as well. So taking that step to, come into ZAR has opened up all these other avenues and options that I've got now to support my training. Other things in preparation for a comp, I like to write down things that I might be unsure about. So the steps leading up to a successful squat. It's not just a case of, getting up there, getting the bar on your back and going through the motion. And if you're able to have all of those steps sitting in the back of your head, where you find that balance between not over-analysing but not being too relaxed, there's that happy medium in the middle, then you're able to be more effective when it actually comes to game time. I also like to write down everything I want to take to a competition, so that the night before I can go through my list, get everything packed, and then I don't have to stress. I can just enjoy the next morning and going to the comp. As a female, we often feel nervous and scared to go into a gym and push ourselves. A lot of females are scared of looking like a big muscly man or something like that. The truth is we don't have the ability to get to that point naturally, but it's such a powerful thing when you accomplish something, and you don't accomplish anything, you don't achieve anything successful without taking risks and without putting yourself out there. So as a female, believing that you can do anything and just taking that risk, taking that chance, taking that opportunity, getting out there and having a go, you often really surprise yourself. And then once you've achieved a few great things, you just want to go further and do more. So I guess last piece of advice for the community out there, other than believing in yourself and taking that first step, but you don't need to be strong. Strong is a perception that we have in our mind. You can be able to lift any weight to go in and have a competition against others, and I actually look at it more as it's about competing against yourself and challenging yourself to see what you can achieve. And you just happen to be hanging out with a whole heap of people that you may or may not know, but by the end of the day you usually know a few people and you've made some new friends and you've had a wonderful day challenging yourself. So you've just got to get in there, give it a crack, and you might just surprise yourself.